The Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, has said the decision to extradite the disgraced and suspended Deputy Commissioner of Police, Mr. Abba Kyari, to the United States will be decided by the court. He noted that due process would be followed to extradite Kyari following a request by a U.S. court. Malami revealed this on Thursday during an interview with Voice of America, noting that though there is a bilateral agreement between Nigeria and the U.S., there are guidelines to be followed. He said, yes, we have bilateral agreements between Nigeria and USA on extraditing anyone who commits any offense in any of the countries, be it Nigeria or United States, but there are guidelines, and the guidelines are when the country writes a letter to the Foreign Affairs Ministry, and the Foreign Affairs will send to the Minister of Justice, so the court will give permission for extradition of anyone to go and answer some questions in United States based on the allegations. He explained that one of the countries can write the order if their citizen committed a crime in the other country to ask for the extradition of the offender. I am not saying Abba Kyari will be extradited, but the law will be followed judiciously before taking any action, he said. A pretrial arrest and detention of Abba Kyari for 10 days has been earlier requested by a United States District Court of California. The papers filed in U.S. court on April 29, 2021, requesting a 10-day pre-trial detention of Kyari on criminal grounds were signed by acting U.S. Attorney Tracy Wilkinson and 2 other officials. The documents say plaintiff United States of America by and through its courts of records hereby requests detention of defendant Abba Kyari and gives notice of the following factors. Pre-trial detention requested because no condition or combination will reasonably assure A. the appearance of the defendant as requested, B. safety of any other person and the community. But the question now is that Malami is telling us that due process must be followed. You know, if you want to extradite somebody, but the way they brought Nnamdi Kanu, it wasn't like that. But this one, if they want to extradite this man, now the whole world is aware and everybody will follow through the process. But why is it that Kanu's case was not like that? We didn't hear anything. All of a sudden, boom, boom. We've seen him in Nigeria, but now he's saying, he's not saying that he's going to be extradited. If you understand the language he used there, and due process must be followed judiciously. Why use the word disgrace? Who disgraced him? For now, you see suspect until proven guilty by a competent court of law. Besides, how many innocent people have been disgraced, tortured, abused, and maltreated by same Nigeria authority? If it's to be tried here in Nigeria, will the American government bring down Hush Puppy for questioning? The same court that this government don't obey their judgment, they are looking for an exit route for the Super Cup. We already know the outcome, government of twists and turns. Who is fooling who in this country? This Hausa Fulani always give room for more agitation. I remember then when FBI accused Allen Oyema, Airpeace chairman, of fraud. He didn't commit. No court in Nigeria then sits to decide whether the man should go to America or not. Rather, the presidency, as they call it now, asked him to go to America and answer for his case. And the man went to America and proved them wrong, that he was innocent and know nothing about the fraud case they accused him for. Today, the presidency is no longer sleeping and a court of law is now to decide, all because a Hausa Fulani man was accused of fraud. Which court? Do you obey court judgments? Lawless and hypocritical people. But they did not follow due process and extradited Nnamdi Kanu to Nigeria. Now that it is turn of a northerner, due process is being followed. If Abba Kyari is not extradited, I don't think it will go down well in the minds of Igbo and UN who are watching. Will definitely respond to Kanu's case. They don't know this. But which court decide Mazen Nnamdi Kanu own? I tired. That is what I'm asking. Nigeria government committed extraordinary rendition, which is a crime against humanity. They should just come and carry him. After all, he committed a crime against their country. We already know you will not allow him to be extradited, but the same government couldn't ask court to extradite Nnamdi Kanu. Fulani don't obey court order dealing with their imaginary enemies. Court can decide now, Habi, but you kidnapped the other citizen and kept him in detention. Fulani and their double standard. Did you allow court to decide Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya before you brought him to Nigeria? Malami, you are one of the problems Nigeria have. Injustice and tribalism will not allow you see road. So you now know how to follow due process. How come you never follow due process? Why kidnapping Nnamdi Kanu? Two types of laws in Nigeria. Rule of law for the north, while offensive ones is for the south. The Nigeria government kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu without due process of the law. And people are saying, forget it. Hey, this is and that is that. Now they will not say anything. But let's see. Like somebody said, they are just giving rooms for people to agitate the more. Yes, I guess it's good for the image of the country because it's your own. But the same Nigerian was kidnapped from Kenya. One country, two system. An extraordinary rendition against your own citizen shows the essence of dilapidation of our human rights record. I can't be in the same country with the hypocritical individual. Kangaroo court that exists in Nigeria. DSS does not obey court order, and the uniformed personnel are terrorists in disguise, killing innocent Biafrans and tagging them ESN. Abba Kyari must face the law. Why following due process, Malami, in this case and that of Kanu, you failed to do the same. God is watching. It goes nowhere. The same court that delayed Buruji Kashamu extradition case before he died. Nigeria and Saludi. Yes, because you own them, but you did not allow the court to decide that of Kanu. Exactly. We didn't even hear anything. Boom. They bundled him to Nigeria, but now I want to follow this thing judiciously. Like seriously? Which court? Okay, decide Nnamdi Kanu. So there was court when you went to kidnap Nnamdi Kanu and destroy, still killed and kidnap at Igbo's house. There is nobody seem challenge Abba Kyari except a jobless people, illegitimate Yahoo boys, and all kinds of offenders. Well, who be this? Go back to school. You need to go back to school. Well, nobody disgraced him. Rather, he chose to disgrace himself by involving in fraudulent activities. The evidence provided by the FBI linking him in the crime is enough for him to be extradited if only we are together in this fight against corruption. Clapping for him with one hand, then this AG deemed necessary what he wants. Graciously remind him of Mr. Andoka. This is the problem of one Nigeria. Injustice. What is good for the northerners is not good for the southerners. Unless we change this double standard, Nigeria will continue to suffer from lack of unity.